Hey guys, I wanted to share my build with you people. I recently got the most important piece to the type of build I've been make with this Barbarian for a while, and I finally gambled it, and it's like pretty high up there in stats. So I want to show you, I've been having a lot of fun with this build, and it's been doing very well. I do torment 4 no problemo. I haven't quite gotten up to 5 because I need a bit more durability or toughness or whatever it is. But still, I just wanted to see, if you guys like it, and maybe you'll use it for yourselves. So I'll go over the skill choices, gear choices, and how they affect each other, because ultimately Diablo is about gear and how your build tailors to the gear. People were like complaining that there are no stats, there's no stat system, being that takes away from the diversity. I never found that to be the case, and with these new uniques right now, it's actually even more fun to tailor your builds to gear. You can do it like on the fly, right? You find one item can change your whole gear around, and it could be actually quite worth it. But with this one, I have a few pieces more than one piece I should say, that like really work well together, and I'll just get right into it. So my build, I don't know, I call it the danger zone. You guys maybe want to, I think it's a pretty appropriate name given what skills we'll be using and how we'll be interacting with it. And I guess I'll go with the items first. So the items are focusing on crit chance and damage. People say 1 to 10 ratio, which I do have, but I feel like because of this item you can maybe drop the crit chance a bit lower and up the damage. But I haven't tested that. But right now, 1 to 10, I have slightly over 1 to 10, and it works quite fine for me. So, like, look, my Leoric's Crown, I gambled this one. Resists, I go with the Vitality. I don't see a reason for getting a socket. I don't need cooldown reduction. I don't need Magic Find, none of those other things. Experience. I need durability. I need to be able to survive. I need to be able to tank some damage, otherwise Barb isn't all that effective and your DPS isn't all that effective. So crit chance 6, resist, vitality, and strength. It's a perfect balance between tankiness and damage, and also gives me the control reduction by 40%, which is freaking amazing. Shoulders, I just made these. Shoulders aren't the best. I'm going to work on some better ones, but for now these will do. Same concept here. Strength, vitality, life. I'm not thinking. I'm gonna probably swap out the regen for like a skill damage, but I just haven't gotten around to that. Works for me right now as well. Regen is a tricky little thing. If you have it, I guess you can keep it, but too much of it will be a little bit, I guess, kind of detrimental for you if you want to stay in the danger zone. But right now this works, and I'm not complaining. So the core item in this build is this, what is it called, Mizu Haori, and the main reason I need this is because of the unique stat that it gets, which is when you're below 25 or 24% life, everything is critical. This is incredibly synergistic with Barb's talent or skill or passive, whatever it's called, the passive Relentless, because when I'm below 35% life, I'm getting reduced 50% damage. My spells are essentially free, and now they're also 100% critical. So it's a very, very strong combo right there. I got lucky. I gambled this one as well off of Kadala, and it came with 2 sockets. I didn't have to roll anything, so I always have the option of like removing life or something like that. Okay, my amulet, life, crit hit chance and damage is pretty good. I haven't found anything better yet, but when it comes around I'll upgrade. But for now this works really well for me. I get, these are almost near perfect stats on it. The gloves are also really like almost like 3% away from being perfect on the damage. I'm tempted to roll the vitality to something like attack speed, or I think the only thing I would need here is attack speed, but I just don't want to lose any more toughness that I already have. Not just because of the danger zone, because when I'm going to be below that life point, but I just don't like to have to move around too much and keep potions up and have to look at my health for too long. That Barb isn't exactly like that. I mean, I guess you can play him that way, but I don't like it. especially in team games, you should be able to soak up some of the damage for your wizards and demon hunters and such. So this one's really nice, works well for me. Found these a while back and haven't been able to replace them. They're amazing. Physical skills 15. I thought 15 was the top, but it's actually the bottom. Oh well. Crit chance, strength, and life on hit. You know, you gotta be able to survive, and the best way is by life on hit, I think, because you will end up hitting enough with your frenzy, so you get, like, I think there's no coefficient for that. It's a single target, you get the full 1700 life per hit. The secondary stat is useless to me. It's much better on a Crusader. I just haven't found anything better with those stats. So I'm keeping it for now. What can I do? Belt, Hellcat Waistguard. I found a bunch of these. This one's the best one by far. It's attack speed and damage against elites. Works out quite well if I find the Witching Hour, swapping that out right away, but I haven't gotten around to that. Like I said, keeping some vitality on items because I need to, and so will you actually with this build. It's sometimes even better to trade a bit of toughness for like DPS, because the longer you can stay in that low life percentile, the more damage you will do. 100% crit on everything, so it will give you a big bonus in return anyways. Rings are standard. Oh, there's a trifecta. I made this. Look how amazing it is. Just 2% off perfect on the damage. Strength, resistance is always good. Pants, gambled these as well. Depth diggers. Probably gonna swap out the life regen. Not sure for what. Maybe for life percentage. But I'm kind of saving my souls for now. They're okay. Like nothing special. I probably would. Oh yeah, I was thinking of getting the Act 5 cash reward pants. The ones that cut your life per second. You can regenerate, but they do like 1000% your life per second. Can you imagine when you are below, when you're in that 100% crit level, every second you're doing 1000% your life in crits. So I mean, if my calculation is correct and I do 4 mil per second with critical times 5, I do 20 mil a second in splash damage around me. So that's pretty sweet. Secondary mods are nice, slow on hit and not too bad. Ring again, this one has damage instead of the attack speed. It's pretty good. I don't need that much attack speed. I'm pretty fucking fast, especially once Frenzy comes on. I think it's like a break point. Gamble these, probably the best boots in the game. Look at this shit, you can't be frozen. So those little balls that explode from under you, I don't give a shit about those anymore. That's the best feeling in the game, and they have decent stats. I mean, it's so tanky, and I get reduced damage from cold attacks, and I get some movement speed. Too bad it's the lowest, but what can you do? It's really, really nice. Some thorns, whatever. I mean, maybe I'll change that up for a resistance. Doombringer, very, very nice. Physical skill damage on top of that. So between the two items, I have 15, 16, so 31% on top of my physicals. So sorry. Fuck. Anyway. So I usually go for physical damage skills. The ones that give me damage bonus on the Barbarian are usually like fire. So if they generate fury or they add more damage, they become fire. But this way, I keep the physical skills. I think the damage difference between the fire and non-fire ones, the higher damage rune skills, is maybe something in the 30% range. So I get the bonuses of the other skills and the damage of the higher rune spell. So it's pretty sweet. This Doombringer is actually really nice, has a lot of strength, huge life on hit. I had to re-roll the socket on it, and it's got a pretty good secondary mod as well. I really like this weapon, and this is obviously a must-have for almost like any character in the game. This freaking secondary mod is incredible. I mean, especially when you critically hit with it, it's crazy talk. Not only does it damage, it also reduces their attack speed and movement speed, so it gives you a little more survivability, especially when you're in that low life zone. So that's my gear. As you can see, my DPS is at 955. I had it slightly higher. lowered it. I haven't really seen a difference in how quickly I kill mobs. Everything is still as swift as it used to be. Toughness unbuffed is 6.12. Shout is 8 mil, just slightly over, and healing is at 16k. I can't complain. I wish I had a little more toughness, like maybe 10 mil toughness would be nice, but I am just too scared to give up some of the damage because I just want to move up to a higher torment level. Now, you've seen my gear, show you the skill choices. Frenzy, going with the sidearm rune because it gives some more AoE, adds a little more extra damage into it. I hit really quickly. I don't need the buffs from the other ones, like if I go with Maniac, I lose the 30% damage, and I only gain 12 or 13% with this. So that doesn't work for me at all. Lightning stuns good, but I give up damage. This one's pretty good too. Maybe I should use it, but I end up not needing it. I do perfectly fine with the sidearm and Berserker. It was good for other builds, but for this one I don't need it because I don't spam my secondaries as much. So I am actually pummeling away at them. And it when that thing crits, it can also well, not only can it crit, but it can proc the Thunder Fury secondary mod. So I'm hitting, and every time the sidearm hits, it can so I have more chances of proccing that lightning, and that lightning is freaking awesome. Seismic Slam, I am going with the Rumble rune. If you're having problems surviving, you can get this one, but I mean it's gonna be harder for you to sustain your Relentless because you're gonna probably heal from the first wave, and then you'll lose the bonuses of that of the danger zone. So this one is much better for my build, for my items, for two reasons. First, it's physical, so it gets that 31% damage buff. Second of all, these rumbles, they occur in random areas within the what do you call it, Seismic Slam location, and they can also proc the Thunder Fury Lightning. I was testing it and I did find out. I was just standing on top of the rumblings and it hit the mob and the lightning emanated from that point. So I could see that they do set off those lightnings, and I mean every time they set off lightnings, that's 365% damage on top of the fact that they do 230 themselves. So 230 plus 550, that's 780% damage plus those other ones. So if you notice the pattern, I'm going for a lot of smaller hits as well, just to proc the Lightning Fury. So you can swap this out. This is not restricted. I mean, you don't have to use it. Sometimes I was using this Rancer or Harpoon. I find Harpoon, I mean, it's cool, but not that useful for this build. It could be, like, actually it could be okay because you pull them in and then you slam. You can stomp and then overpower them. Evil does not but I like Seismic Slam. It's more damage, and it works much better with the Relentless. And of course it's, oh sorry, it's physical, so you can do these. Like Jagged Edge is nice, 640, but from 550. But why would you just gain that bonus when you can get damage bonus and get the secondary option on the rune? Leap, I was running this one for a while because I don't really need to have them on me or in a specific position. I just jump in there, hope for a crit, big damage right there off the spot, off the top, and then I keep spamming the Seismic Slams. It works fine, but sometimes people in groups can complain, like the Cyclone monks or other ones that need them in a specific location. They won't like it. So I went with Iron Impact because I don't want to. I went for a stun as well, and it's perfectly fine. I mean, it keeps the damage off you, and you need a stun in this build. You have to have it. But I figured 2 stuns was a little much because I usually begin by leaping into it. So if I leap into the mobs and I stun them, they won't hit me. So basically I'm doing damage to them, but they're not getting me closer to that sweet spot where I want to be, where I can just keep crit. With Iron Impact, I can do damage, they'll hit me, and it's like a smoother transition into the danger zone. So I'm taking less damage, but instead of my life coming off in big chunks, like 20%, it comes off in like more gradual levels, and then when I hit the danger zone, I just like to move away, or I like to stun them and then just whack away with my shockwave or seismic slam or whatever it is. So I use this one, it works for me. You can also go with stun, or you can go with a toppling impact. I mean, this one doesn't really, it's not conducive at all, and neither is this. So 1, 2, or 3, those are fine. Overpower, an amazing skill when you have that much critical chance. I mean, I have 53 or 56 just by default. That means basically every second hit trigger has a potential to trigger the cooldown reduction. Sometimes this thing takes 7 seconds, sometimes it takes 2 seconds. So on average, I guess the cooldown rate is 4 or 5 seconds, so it's really sick. And Storm of Steel is the rune of choice for 2 reasons. It's physical, A, and B, each axe can trigger the Thunder Fury Lightning, so I have 3 times as much chance of triggering that lightning as I would with, where is it, this one, Revel. But I don't know, because this, how is this skill, how do you justify using this over this when they do the exact same damage, but this one hits everything for 760? It's like you have the mobs around you and you hit everything for 760. Here you hit everything for 380 and then 3 mobs for another 380. So the total damage is 760 with the axe and the lightning burst on top of you. But it doesn't, you can't hit one mob with 3 axes. It says up to 3 axes, right? So if you have only one mob on you, will throw 1 axe, but it won't throw more than 3. The total damage is 760, but this one is on everything, whereas this one is limited to 3 mobs. But like for me, it works because A, it's physical, and it does 30% more, 31% more, and each axe can trigger the lightning, so it works out for me. I mean, I don't need that much AoE because the seismic slam is plenty enough. Ground stomp with trembling stomp. Too bad this isn't physical, but whatever. I'll take the 575% damage over the other ones. I mean, I don't really need the other ones that much. I can use the movement reduction or pull in. I mean, there is nothing there for me. Maybe like some health globes would be alright. But I'm fine on Fury generation, and I don't need it that much. So I go with this one. I think this is one of those skills where you can mess around. I think you don't even need this skill in the build. I'm using it. So if you can make this one into a stun, you can maybe put Rend here or something. But I did try Rend before, and when you only have 2 Fury generators, it's kind of slow. The Fury isn't there to spam, because you're not always in that 25% life section, right? So you gotta do damage regardless. And final Warcry, like I said, 6 melee is not even close to being enough for Torment 4. The resistance was the highest survivability. This will give you more toughness in the character screen, but it does fuck all for elemental stuff like the Desecrator, Poison, and none of those things. And that's what hurts you. Like, this game is designed in a weird way. Like, a lot of skills will help you just wreck easy mobs even more easier. Like, for example, like this skill, for example, it's totally useless. I mean, maybe you'll clear the scrub mobs much quicker than you would before, but you get 0 benefit against the boss. Unless the boss is like Skeleton King, where he throws a bunch of ads on you, you get nothing. Like, you get nothing on Diablo, you get nothing on GOM, none of those things. So I don't get some of the skills in this game. And yeah, this is Veteran's Warning, was next highest in... I don't even understand what the point of this one is. Like, I guess you have to stack so much armor and you have to have a shield for this to be worthwhile over impunity, that I think nobody ever gets that much armor. So impunity, everything is there. Passives, ruthless, 40% more. I think this is even better than the way it used to be. 40% more damage to things below 30%. It gives you a huge damage boost, and it just helps you like just finish monsters off way quicker than you would before. This is, I think, like a essential barbarian.
I am vexed.
Wow, I've never had that before. This is an essential passive because it's how a barbarian needs to be played. It's offensive and defensive at the same time. So 20% damage reduction on shit like Desecrator, Poison, Lightning Enchanted is incredibly important. Like, I mean, for higher torment levels, it's like a huge lifesaver, and it helps you be inside the mob, as opposed to like running away, hitting, running away. And on top of that, it gives you incredible amount of fury. You don't understand how much fury you get from this. If you are standing on top of that poison pool, those do, I think, the lowest damage out of all the other mods. You just stand on it and you just have full fury. If you're fighting Gom and you can sustain life on hit, you have full fury. When they're shooting at you, a lot of shooting mobs, you have full fucking fury the whole fucking time. It's like incredible. It gives you so much added DPS because you can spam your secondary spells that I mean, you can't pass this one up. Weapon Master, I want the added damage. 8% is pretty good, and because I'm using 2 swords, I mean, sword in my main hand doesn't matter, it works out just fine. Yeah, there's nothing to say about it, just added damage. Maybe if you feel like you're too squishy, you can change this one out for like tough as nails. But other than that, and Relentless, the key passive here is that, look, 35% life, you are only spending 25% fury, and you're taking 50% less damage. You are incredibly durable when you're in that low point. It's unfortunately not like all the other skills where you come back to life, but it's just really fun to play Barbarian this way. You just get into the battle and you just crush, and you don't give a shit. Sometimes, yeah, you gotta look at your life, but you know, it's really aggressive gameplay with this one. You're not that concerned with dying, and when you hit that zone, when you hit that 24% life point, then you are just basically hitting everything so fucking hard that you should, by the time you get out of it, the mobs should be dead. So that's the build. I'll show you a little bit of gameplay footage after that, and I hope you guys like it. Feel free to use it, enjoy and share, and whatever else. Okay. Let's see. Ooh. Hopefully I won't die. Oh yeah. So here's a good. Okay, boom, right there. Crits every fucking hit.
I have been hit.
Keep an eye on your HP.
Still recharging. I need fury.
Sometimes when they pick up a health globe or something, that kind of fucks you over, but it's okay. I mean, I used to play it like on purpose, try to just keep getting hurt on purpose, and that's not a good way to play this build, because you know what? You will die here and there, and there's no need to stay in the danger zone the whole time. But when you do get into it, and when there's like a really hard mob, or you know, you're taking damage, you can get out of it quick, or you can dish out so much damage that, you know, you'll kill them before they kill you.
Not enough fury.
These guys were extra helpful. Alright, come on. I'm spending on Desecrate on purpose. Nothing to do. Oh, it's because of this guy's old stuff.
Still recharging. I'm healed.
Usually after a fight you'd want to heal up. But alright, let's go get some more Danger zone. Come on, hit, move.
I'm hurt.
Boom. Crit everything. But like I said, you obviously don't play it this way. You don't go there, come on, hit me, and then do your damages. You just get in there, you don't give a fuck. They're hitting you, cool. So that sometimes you'd want to time your ground stomp. So when you do get into that red zone, you stun them and just dish out a shit ton of damage. The best. Every pylon should be a conduit pylon.
This will be a good battle. Your flesh is weak.
Wow, what a combo. Okay, maybe speed and conduit. Anything here? Anything here? Fuck! Nah, it's useless now, let's go. I'm fast as fuck. Fuck.
Not ready yet.
Oh, fuck.
I need fury. Still recharging.
I don't even know why I pick up these things so frantically when he drops them. I just love those goblins. Something about it just ups the greed in my body by like 1,000%.
Not ready yet.
It's the best thing about Leap. So much better than teleport.
Need more time.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't need to do that. Channeling. Mill DPS ain't enough. Fuck, busted my stuff.
More fury.
Yeah. Hit me. Come on, hit me. There we go. Everything is critical right now. Everything. Come on, give me them change.
Not ready yet.